enormous sprinkle for me in my life, and absolutely love this Wonder Woman of Wow who has brought all of this together. A brilliant, beautiful idea, a seedling of an idea. How many of you have an idea that you'd like to sprinkle some magic on and take out to the world? I know you can. Yay! Oh, coming from Menorca, originally from Nottingham. Good to meet you, Emma. I'm currently on a boat just outside of Nottingham. So there you go. Guys and girls, please welcome to the stage the amazing, the one and only true change maker, the awakening giant, and the giant behind so many other giants all over the world. Give us a whoop whoop, give us a woo woo, give us a sprite, sprite, sprite. Let's bring her onto the stage, Miss Sprite Laureano.
Thank you, Sammy. I love you. I love all you guys. Wow, we have such an incredible global group here with us today. And I'm so excited to be here with you. And of course, we have our incredible Jack Canfield, our beautiful, beloved team leader I'm so excited that you get to be here with us, and Jack is with us. Thank you all for showing up. So we've got a lot of fun to have today with you. We just want to pour love into you. And the very first thing we're going to do is do a giveaway, because we love to give here, and giving creates this beautiful law called reciprocity, and it activates prosperity. So you're going to see lots of giving here today, and we're going to have a lot of recipients. So I want Peter, I'm going to put you to work, and I'm going to ask that you count for us. So everyone who put in, so if you haven't put in where you're from, go ahead quickly, put in where you're from, because you're going to be able to possibly win a prize. So let's see, Sammy, I want you to give me a number between 1 and 30. Let's see, 1 and 30.
1 and 30, 1 and 30. Let's go for 21.
Okay, 21. So Peter, count 21, and we're going to see who that winner is. And then I think you also asked another question in that chat. Let's see. You asked, yes. You asked who knows me. Okay. You have a couple of people that said yes to that. Okay, let's see. Number 3, the third person who said yes is going to be 1, 2, Byron Davies, winner. Byron Davies. Okay, what are you guys winning? So you are winning. And Peter, did you count number 20?
Giovanni Andrade.
Giovanni. Ooh, what a great name. Where is Giovanni from?
Claremont, Florida.
Wow. Okay. I didn't expect that. I was thinking like Italy or something like that. But Claremont, Florida, it is. Awesome. All right. So the 2 winners right now are going to win a One Heart essential oil. And this is one of our favorite hearts. And we're going to hear more about this oil later on today, but this oil is all about connecting us, unifying us, harmonizing us in a field of love. And I know that that's what the world needs more of right now. And so we're gonna just hand out a bunch of these to all of you. All right, so a quick overview of today. You are going to be energized, activated in your purpose, your prosperity, and your personal power. Before we jump into our first speaker, trainer, who's going to take us through an energy activation to get us ready for this incredible 2.5 hours together, I am going to share something funny with you. Jack likes to start with something funny, and so I thought I would start with something funny. Okay, so Adam and God are walking through the Garden of Eden, having a conversation and talking about how beautiful everything is. And Adam starts talking about Eve, and he says, God, wow, why did you make Eve so beautiful? She's amazing. Well, God said, because that way you'd look at her. You'd want to look at her. Yeah. So God, why did you make her skin so soft? God said, well, Adam, that way you'd want to touch her. God, why did you make Eve smell so good? Well, Adam, that way you'd want to be near her. Okay, God, well, why did you make Eve so dumb? Well, Adam, that's so she would love you. Okay, guys, so no offense there. The reason why I chose that joke is because we're talking about male and female today. We're talking about masculine energy and feminine energy. You know, we all have both. Sometimes those energies get out of balance, right? So we're going to be talking about and actually going through some processes today where we get to really honor and balance, recognize, and be aware of the power of our masculine energy, the power of our feminine energy, and how amazing it is when those energies are in balance and we can bring that person to the planet. And we're also going to be talking today about how to actually activate our prosperity. We love to do that through gratitude. And so one of our speakers, Sammy, she's going to be really talking to us about that, the law of reciprocity and gratitude and how we can help you activate that. We're going to be sharing tools with you that we all use as a global family to lift and shift our vibrational frequency so that we can bring a high frequency person to the universe. Because guess what? Everything we see around us comes through us. So the more we lift and shift our frequency, the more we're able to see change happen outside of us. And we all really need that right now. Okay, so that's a little bit of what you're going to experience today. I'm going to go ahead and kick us off here with our first trainer, and I cannot wait to have you meet the fantastic Kate, who's the founder of Dream Bold Network. So Kate is a conscious media platform producer that's on a mission to mainstream ancient healing practices and quantum creation. She's a film producer, she's a mindset coach, a graphic artist, and a manifesting Qigong instructor and Reiki healer. She's written 3 books and exclusively creates content that reunites humanity with unity consciousness. So Kate, I'm going to ask you to unmute and get us started with some really amazing energy activators. You ready?
Yes, yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Kate. So I teach Qigong, and Qigong is energy cultivation. It's energy activation and learning how to really guide and direct your own life force energy so that you can magnetize anything you want, so you can self-heal. And so you just feel more connected and just elevated. So I'm just going to start you off with some really simple movements. It matches and mirrors nature, so it's really innate. We can just do it sitting down. And so you're just going to start by rubbing your hands together. This is called starting the fire. So you want to feel the heat, you want to feel the activation, that friction. That's going to be more electromagnetic energy. So just activate. This is really great when you first wake up too, just to activate some more energy in your body. Just keep going, like 30 seconds to a minute. It's really nice to actually sprinkle a little peppermint oil in your hands and do it before and then inhale. It's really relaxing. Great way to start the day. And then now you're going to press your palms together like this. This one's called igniting the fire. To create that heat, it's a really great time to set an intention as well for your day. You know, really maybe positive affirmations, anything that gears you up for the day, add it to the movement. So you get that heat. You want to, if you feel heat, you have activated chi. So you want to feel that. And then now you're going to brush your fingernails together. This one feels a little funny at first, but I love this one. I'll do it even in line at the grocery store, just wherever I am, just activate some chi. Why not, right? So you activate the energy, create that friction, and then just very gently, just tap your fingertips. So again, very simple movements, but we're activating more energy than you're aware of. You'll feel it in a second here. Just activating the energy. And then about an inch or so apart, just feel, sense and feel the energy, the electromagnetic energy in your hands. You can probably feel it, right? Feeling your own magnetism makes you feel more powerful. So you want to activate this energy, just experiment with it, kind of swirl it around, just play with the energy. Have fun with the energy. So just swirl it around. Get curious about the life force. And the more you do this, the more it amplifies. So just have fun with it. And then now we're going to guide and direct that energy to our chest. So we're just going to put both hands on our lungs here, really sending ourselves some unconditional love. And then you're going to breathe in through your nose. So breathe in and pull the breath up. So really expand your hands, expand your lungs, like you're breathing into your hands. And just being still and present with the breath for a moment. Being present with your body, just dropping in. Really sense and feel your heartbeat. And then on the exhale, just a nice, slow, exaggerated exhale out of your mouth. So just pushing out any energy that you don't want to carry with you into your day. Let it go. Okay, so we're going to do another breath. So that big inhale, again, really filling up the lungs, really stretching the lungs. Being still with the breath, being present with your body, your emotions, your inner world. Just sense and feel. Feel your heartbeat getting louder, stronger. And then consciously, when you exhale, let's release anything you're carrying around that you don't want to. Heavy emotions, old thought patterns. Let it go with the breath, nice and slowly out of your mouth. Really reclaiming your power, being present with the breath. I'll do one more breath. So again, inhale through your nose, pulling the breath up. And really sense and feel the connection between mind and body, body and breath, breath and emotions, your whole inner world, this energy matrix. Sense and feel it. And sense and feel each other's energy, how it's all connected. And then when you're ready, that slow exhale, really dropping into the body. And use your mind to instruct your muscles to relax, to let go, to be calm. It's just being present, being still. And notice how your body shifted quickly, how your energy field shifts very quickly. Nice. And then now we're going to contain this energy. So it's activated, it's all around. We're going to hold that energy just under your chin, about an inch or so. And just sense and feel, see if you can feel that heat rising, that life force energy, this restorative, rejuvenating energy. Just feel it rising, restoring, recharging. And then just soften all the muscles in your face. So really consciously relax your forehead, release the tension behind your eyes. Just being curious about this energy, this heat. Relax your jaw. Calm all the muscles in your face, totally relaxing. Surrender to the energy. Just being still, this youthful energy rising up over you. And then just very slowly, you're going to scoop that energy up and out. And we're going to do that a few times. Just very slowly, nice slow breathing, just like you're washing away what doesn't serve you. Those negative thoughts, the fear, you just wash it away to start your day. So you're going in nice and clear, light in your mind, light in your heart. Beautiful. And do that one more time, just up and out. Awesome. And then we're actually going to put both hands on our heart now. You can just overlap them just like right over your heart and just full awareness, full focus on your heart center. So really sense your heartbeat as a rhythm, the rhythm of life. Feel the frequency of your heart. You can even hear it as a drum beat. Just be aware of it more than usual. That rhythm, that power. Feel the energy being generated from your heart center. And then now increase the sound of that drum. You can imagine shapes or light. You could see it as electricity, but increase the light, increase the power of that heart center. And take a nice deep breath into your heart. So breathing in through your nose, breathing into your hands, into your heart center, and just hold for a moment. Feel the power of this center. Sense and feel the energy field around your heart. And then now feel that energy moving past your body, out into the world. Send and direct it to your friends, your family. And then just slow exhale, dropping into your body, feeling so relaxed, so calm. This unconditional love, just really tap into that. And now feel the connection between all of our hearts. Visualize it, see it. Feel the frequency of it, the vibration of that. Again, just full heart awareness, sending unconditional love. And now let's all see the world smiling, happy, united. What does that feel like? Let's all visualize peace, harmony, perfect health. Really see it and feel it. Feel it from your heart center. Really feel the power of all of us right now. How it's all connected. This beautiful divine light. Now let's send that out to the whole world. Every human's feeling it. We're affecting the entire quantum field right now, all of us. Just feel that. Be grateful for that. And again, see that light getting brighter, stronger, increasing the frequency even more. Let us all really feel and see that global peace, that love. Like we've just lit up the entire world. And just feel that divine energy coursing through you, that magnetic energy. Notice how safe you feel here, how empowered you feel, how alive you feel. And again, just feel a wave of gratitude starting at the top of your head, all the way down to your feet. This beautiful, warm energy swirling all around you. Divine golden light. And you can just stay with that energy. Just slowly open your eyes, slowly come back to the room. Slowly move your body. Get that energy moving a little, you know, but keep that high frequency, that love frequency. Thank you.
Wow. Can everybody just send some of that love that we just created? Send some of that love now to Kate. Let's just flood her with that love. Wow, that was so beautiful. Wow. So I want to know in the chat who actually felt the drum beat. Say yes. Say yes in the chat if you felt that drum beat in. Was that amazing? I could feel like this collective drum beat of us. Okay, go ahead and put that in the chat because I'm ready to give another one heart away. I'm going to give another one heart away. Why are we giving one hearts away? You know, I want to share with you as you guys are putting that into the chat that you felt that heartbeat and yes, yes, yes. And if you love what Kate did just now for us, say yes, yes, yes in the chat. I'm going to give another giveaway. So while we're waiting for you to do that, I just want to share that, you know, Jack Canfield over a year ago invited me into this one heart idea. He invited me and so many of my friends and into this idea of lifting and shifting the vibration of the planet together. That it was his mission in all of the years that he has been helping people, training people to heal, to live a life of purpose, to live a life of prosperity, to live a life of success and love. That has been his life's work. And about a year ago, he introduced so many of us to this idea of really providing these incredible tools with essential oils to literally let nature help us to shift our frequency and our vibrational energy. And so we're going to share more about that today as we move along in this. But this one heart oil you keep hearing us talk about, you're going to hear for the next couple of hours, is so amazing, because this one heart is also giving back. So every time someone purchases this one heart, and I have a whole bunch of them here in my house, we're going to be giving away today. Every time someone purchases this, 35% of the cost of this is going to end exploitation of women and children around the planet. It's going to help women develop enterprise. It's going to help children to be educated. And so we are all about gratitude. We're all about giving and high frequency here. So grateful. Okay, so Sammy, I'm asking, oh no, Kate, I'm gonna ask you, Kate, pick a number. Pick a number between 1 and 20.
13.
13. Peter is going to be our, Peter, you're going to be our counter? Okay. All right. You'll tell us who won at the next break, unless you already got it. You already got it?
What am I counting?
Oh, you're counting the yeses. You see all those
Yes.
yeses, like a million of them? We're going to take number 13. And Sammy, I'd love you to cue that song up again, because I'm getting ready to bring our next trainer up. And this incredible man who I have known since 2008 in a company that I co-founded, Hub, Jack was a part of, and some others here on this call. I see Trish and some others, Joby, and he's gonna help us to all, not just all you men, but all you women, pay attention to what he's going to share with you about masculine energy. But really, he's also going to be talking about this really fun thing that I love to talk about, which is real men diffuse, because it's important that men know that when we talk about oils as one of the many tools we're going to be talking about through this event, it's not a girl thing. It's not a woo-woo thing. It's a real thing. It's a powerful thing. And we want men to experience the power of essential oils as much as women have already gotten this. Okay, so I'm going to introduce him now. Peter, hold on to that winner, because we're going to introduce that winner when we come back.
I think we should see some hearts, Sprite. If you go down to the reactions at the bottom of the screen, go and choose the heart. Let's see some love on the screen. Let's bring all of our one hearts together and create one big massive heart right now.
I love it. Thank you, Sammy.
Look at all that love. Look at all that love.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Aaron Kleineman is passionate about supporting people to master the human experience and awaken the wisdom of their soul. Through his work as a transformational tantric coach, facilitator, and speaker, he assists humans to integrate body movement, psychology, sexuality, and spirituality. Aaron went from being a licensed captain navigating ships to a sexual behavior and movement specialist navigating souls. Oh my, oh my. I love you. Thanks for being here, Aaron, and being part of our incredible One Heart Global community with Jack.
Thank you, Sprite. Thank you for everyone, and what a pleasure to be here. Let's just all by start taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Let out a little sound on the exhale. Oh. Let's do that one more time. Nice deep breath into the belly. Little sound out. Oh. So it's a joy to be here, to be connected with so many people around the world. And, there's three real main principles I want to talk about. And that first one I introduced, it's breath, sound, and movement. The way that we increase our vibrational alignment, the capacity to be in the world is by our breath. It's through our sound, whether that's in the boardroom, whether that's in the bedroom, wherever it may be. And it's also through our movement. So the more that breath, sound, and movement can circulate through our body. So you'll see in this whole talk, I'm standing up because part of being embodied, like we're often sitting behind a chair. Okay, there's another guy talking. All right, well, what's happening here? Like my encouragement through this whole conversation is really to feel, not just in the mind, but can we receive information into the body? And one of the things I am passionate about, I do a lot of work with the masculine, and especially male bodies. And when I say masculine, I don't just mean masculine in male bodies. There's a masculine inside of female bodies. There's a masculine inside of male bodies. We are these bioelectric magnetic flesh suits. And so, mastering the human experience is knowing our polarities. So everything I'm introducing is really an opportunity to understand things in the mind, but then to drop deeper into the body. And so the body is actually where so much wisdom is stored, so much information is there, but we're often used to going through the world trying to understand and logically reason our way through. And so I'm often speaking a bit more to the male psyche that's like logic, reason, understanding. Let me solve the problem. And one of the things I love about oils is that it invites receptivity. Now, receptivity is a very feminine-oriented trait. The ergonomics of a female body receives semen, receives life to create life. The ergonomics of a male body penetrates to create life. So oils support a male body to learn how to be more receptive. I have the oil right here, Raven. And I like this oil. My last partner, who I run a Tantra Academy with, her name is Raven. And Raven is very spicy. She's alive. She's feisty. And this oil feels the same way to me as her. She's she says how it is. She speaks her truth. And that is so inviting with these oils. And, when Sprite's talking about real men diffuse, I've been using oils for a long time. I love whether I'm going into a meditation or I'm stepping out into my work, I'll take a little bit of oils, I'll put some on the back of my wrist. So you can even start right now. If you have any oil around you, I encourage you, whether male body, female body, take a little bit of the oil, put some right on the back of the wrist, shake it around a little bit, and then just take a nice deep, whatever the oil is, whichever one you feel intuitively called to. If you want to bring on the Raven to bring in a little bit more emotion and energy and enthusiasm, that's perfectly welcome. Oh, and then let a sound out after you breathe that in. Oh, ah. Try that one more time. Oh, really sound. So what happens when our body sounds, it activates our vagus nerve. And our vagus nerve is what expands us to actually open up more into life. So to be more high vibe, to awaken more in how we're showing up, we utilize sound as a way to drop into all the deeper layers that's there. So try that one more time. Oh, and then just shake the body a little bit. Say, ah. Open up the jaw. Let the tongue come out. Say, ah. Ah. I also want to invite into our mouth. We often hold so much tension in our jaw. So it might feel silly, it might feel weird, you might feel like, oh, I'm sticking my tongue out in front of the screen. Just go, like really make that weird, strange face. It's like, ah. So we're loosening up all the energy that can be stuck here because we're always used to being these very penetrating beings that are trying to force our message and our thing into the world, and we're going and we're going and we're going. And so what I like to invite is how can we utilize receptivity, our intuition, to invoke more what I would say kind of feminine oriented leadership that listens to the earth, that listens to the body, that listens to the emotions. So as all of you really step into power more, it's a matter of both vulnerability and receptivity. Vulnerability meaning, can I actually allow myself to receive what's inside of here? And at the verge of vulnerability means that I can feel powerful. We're letting go of this old masculine oriented principle that to be powerful means that I'm not vulnerable. It's actually the exact opposite. To be a powerful, embodied human means that I know how to feel my emotions. So what these oils really invite is to all of your body, all of your emotions, all of your being to be present. So just take one moment right now. Take a deep breath in. And just close the eyes down. Close the eyes down. You can place a hand onto the heart. And just allow any moment, maybe in the last day, week, month, any moment where maybe you held back sharing your truth. Any moment where you held back really expressing how you really felt. Because maybe you didn't want to be too emotional. Maybe you didn't want to piss somebody off. Maybe you didn't want to be too much. Whatever it is, you know it inside as soon as I said it. Just bring that awareness into the body. Deep breath in. Sound out. And so you're taking that awareness and you're taking it into the body, just as you take the oil into your body. And you're not trying to figure out why you didn't do the thing you wanted to do. You're allowing your body to have an expression of what's there. So if you were frustrated that you didn't speak your truth, if you were frustrated that somebody maybe took advantage, or you're frustrated that you didn't speak up when you wanted to, take that feeling into the body just a moment. And if that feeling has a sound or vibration, let the sound of the vibration of that express through you. Maybe you want to shake a little bit. What would it be like to not let yourself do that anymore? To actually stand forth for what you really feel? To allow your emotions, to allow yourself to really be that which you step forward in the world. Because the greatest gift that you can give, whether male body or female body, is when you don't hold back your truth, but you allow yourself to be seen in your everything. And I want to speak directly, especially to the emotional body of the female bodies in the room. Your emotional body informs the masculine, because inside these male bodies there's a very gentle, tender, confused feminine in this male body that doesn't know how to express. So we're taking these oils to learn how to express more, to learn how to be in the world. But we're looking at our sisters in female bodies saying, hey, can you have a healthy emotional expression? Can you express this in a way? Because you need to inform me about how to do that so I can take responsibility for my emotions as well. So that's where feminine leadership actually informs the masculine how to step into more power. So if I could plant any seed of possibility into all of you, that would be one that I would really be passionate about. Because I envision a world where we're taking these oils, we're increasing our receptivity, we're tuning into the intuitive capacity inside of us to lead from a different place, to lead from the embodiment inside of us. Where the head falls away and actually the heart's wisdom, one heart oil expresses so well, this heart wisdom says, hey, I'm here. So everybody right now, open up your heart and just say it as loud as you want. You're all unmuted. Just say, I'm here. I'm here. Open up the heart. Really open up. Open up the heart. When you open up the heart, I'm here. Yes. Yes. You can even shake your legs into the ground. Feel Pachamama, the earth underneath you. And then if you are standing or sitting, just take some breaths in from the earth. So, so really breathing in all that energy from the earth. I'm here. Yes. Thank you for these oils. Thank you for these plants. Thank you for the masculine. Thank you to the feminine. Thank you for this integrative nature that allows wisdom inside of us to be expressed. Thank you. Just take a moment here just to feel that. And maybe it's challenging for you to move your body. Just notice where your challenge is and just feel wherever you are right now. Feel your own gratitude, honoring, appreciation to receive in the earth, to receive in life force that connects from your base, creative sex center, up through your emotional body, through your heart, through your mind. What would happen if all of these centers were online? What would happen if you weren't negating any part of you and all of it was just saying, hey, I'm here. And I can utilize life force energy, my intuitive capacity, my sexual creation to burn through anything inside of me that's not love or above. What would it feel like today if you made a commitment for that? To each day let your everythingness, the wild, the crazy, the spontaneous, all of that be in conjunction with the stillness, the silence, the calmness, because that is the unification of yin and yang, the masculine, feminine, the good and the bad, the Shiva Shakti, if you recognize in a Hindu term. So this is where we get to move forward when we give ourselves permission to really feel, to get out of our head into our heart. And if you've had any inspiration, so many learnings, any takeaways from what I've been speaking here, put them into the chat. I'd love to hear. Maybe it's an inspiration to feel more, to think less, or to utilize the oils to open up into what Pachamama here gets to offer. So let's take one more deep breath in. Receiving in with our breath. And just end here with just a prayer. A prayer for each one of us, a prayer for the earth. We're so thankful, sweet spirit, to come together in this way, to honor, to appreciate, to express our everythingness that dances with our nothingness. And may the unique expression of our soul, the unique expression of who we truly are on this planet, be that which we step forth with into the world. Be the vibrational alignment that makes us feel, that remembers that we are life force energy cycling from the bottom of our feet to the crown of our head. And we get to utilize this to open our heart into the world and to say, yes, I'm here. So thank you, Spirit, for this opportunity to be together as one, as a tribe, remembering who we really are. Oh, thank you.
Aho, thank you, Aaron. Let's give Aaron some love. Let's see some hearts on the screen. I love that. And we've had so many great comments. I'm here. I'm here. Thank you for the activating the vagus nerve. Kathleen Seals talks about her husband. She talks about her jaw. She talks about her tongue. Like all of this has been activated. I hope you're feeling the energy in your body right now. Like I'm feeling it spiral in places I actually haven't felt a spiral for quite a long time, I got to say. So I am really grateful to you. Amen for that. Awesome, Aaron. Thank you. Peter, who is our winner from the last round?
I've counted up for Jacqueline O.T.
Jacqueline O.T. Okay, our winners. Here's what you need to do. You need to make sure to put into the chat your mailing address. Put into the chat. You can direct message me if you want to put your mailing address into the chat. We do have it in your tickets, but just in case there was a mistake, I don't want anyone to be without their prize. So please go ahead and do that. Congratulations to the winners. And let's go ahead and thank you, Aaron. Again, one more time, let's give him some more love for activating our sexual energy. Woo! I love it. And Sammy, let's get that music going. We're going to bring up Penelope. See, let's give Penelope some love, you guys. Let's get some energy going. We play but never move. We say but never do. It's time to get our hands dirty. Awesome. Woo! Thank you, Sammy. Okay, Penelope from the UK. She is a life freedom mentor connecting women back to living and using the fifth dimensional earth energy healing. She also is using energy essential oils to help free them from anxiety, stress, and burnout. She is known as the Freedom Reactivator, and her quote is, "With freedom comes choice. With choice comes the power to truly be." And we so need that right now in this time when our freedoms are being questioned and taken away. Penelope is going to share more about how we can avoid burnout and what she's doing. Thank you, Penelope.
Thank you, Sprite, and thank you, everybody else. Oh, what an awesome, awesome evening. So I want to start by just taking you on a bit of a journey. I want to put you, just taking you back to Christmas Day, Disneyland Paris, the magic, the being with your family, all the awesomeness that comes with that. And sitting across the breakfast table was where I found myself back in 2016, looking at my children's eyes and seeing that joy, that wonder, that excitement. But I also saw fear. I saw fear, I saw hurt, and I saw how afraid they were. And in that moment, I didn't just see the fear, I saw that I had put it there. And I hadn't done that intentionally. What I want to explain to you is the way that I was brought up was in making sure that you conform. And you go to work, I'd have done a 9 to 5 since I was 16. I've managed teams, I've chased that corporate ladder. And what happens as a female, you tend to start putting yourself, as Aaron just said, you push yourself into that masculine energy of making sure that everybody else is taken care of. And what I did was lost connection. And it's so common for us all to lose that connection. And I lost connection with who I was because I was constantly putting everybody else first. I suffered my first burnout at 28 years old, and I walked away from a job that I absolutely loved because I was in so much suffering, but I hid it, and I learned to hide it so well. I then started living in perpetual burnout. And it's such a common theme for us all to do because stress is our fear or fright response. It's body's reaction. Once I started to learn to connect to ourselves, it was incredible to see that actually you don't fail. You don't lose that failure. What actually happens is success comes. And it's, for me, in the corporate world, still running teams and managing their burnout, I use it with connection. And we had with the pandemic, the way it was last year, the agency that I ran shrunk by 75% overnight. And in that moment, I watched my team melting before me, with their burnout coming, their stress coming, everything else coming from there. And it was in that moment that I stopped and I paused and I thought, I don't suffer with anxiety anymore. I've stopped that crippling anxiety. I've stopped that burnout, because I know how to listen to my energy and how to listen to that flow. But my team didn't know how to. So I told them to stop selling. And you can imagine, they're in fear of losing their jobs. Everything's falling around behind them. And their boss says to them, stop selling. I want you to connect to yourself. I want you to believe in yourself, and I want you to flow in your energy, and I want you to sell from a place of love and balance. And for me, the oils have been an incredible part of that. We regularly use oils at work with the AFT process for memory resets, so that if you get stuck, there's a project that you've got to, because when you're in that corporate environment, it's that pushing constantly against, I've got to get that deadline, I've got to hit that deadline, I've got to, and you just lose the flow and you lose the connection to who you should actually be. You lose that intuition. You don't pick up on, the messages that are coming from source. So in that moment, whenever my team are faced with a project, I ask them to do a reset before they do it. And a reset uses the 3 oils, which is lavender, frankincense, and stress away blended together. And I ask them just to inhale that in and connect into the task at hand and give themselves a boost. The AFT process will help them achieve goals. So if they've got sales targets to hit, they do it from a place of connection. And I encourage them to listen to their energy while they're working. And much like both Aaron and Kate have said, that energy flows around us. We are, made up of water. We're made up of energy. If we don't connect, if we don't pull that feminine connection out, what happens is we stress, we have anxiety, we live in fear, and those around us that we think we're trying to protect suffer. So for me, the oils are just incredible. I mean, I've got clarity with me today, just to keep me focused, because I've been in the office this morning and I want to stay maintained and focused. So clarity for me today. But it's an incredible process that in 6 minutes, I can take my team from stressed just down to a level to be able to function, to succeed. And the work that I do in, outside, I help women to do exactly that. So my question to you all is just, are you connecting enough? Are you taking those moments throughout the day just to pause? And just 6 minutes will just help you to reconnect that energy around you and just recenter you, ready to go again. And you can live without stress, and you can live without burnout, and you can live without anxiety if you just learn to connect.
Wow, Penelope, that is amazing. So thank you so much. I want you guys to put in the chat how, just please put in the chat if you have ever had a boss. Nobody's going to put that in the chat. If you've ever had a boss say, stop selling. I mean, how amazing is that? Would you have the courage to do that? I hope so. I hope that all of us would learn that from you, Penelope. Stop selling, stop doing, stop pushing, stop producing, take a break, take a breath. That's powerful, really powerful. Thank you so much. Can everyone let's give Penelope some love and put in the chat any aha that you had around your own productivity, around your own work, around things that you need to shift in your own life. I know that was a really important reminder for me. I think we always need those reminders in this day and age when the world is telling us to go, right? And it's like, no, take a breath, take a step back. That's awesome. All right, Penelope, thank you. Okay, we are ready for the one drop Ripple Fest maker herself. Sammy, you're gonna have to play the music for yourself because I've got a big introduction to give here. All of you, when you registered, you had to put in your address because you're getting something in the mail. How many times have you gotten something in the mail from being on a Zoom? I wanna know, has anybody ever been gifted something in the mail? On a Zoom call, on a Zoom event? This woman is amazing and she's activating prosperity with all of us and gratitude.
I feel like we need to turn this up a little bit. I've just put some, mix some inner child with some one half. That's got cacao written all over it. Guys and girls, as we go into this next session, I'm just going to turn that music down. Thank you so much, Sprite. Thank you to each and every one of you for showing up for yourself, for raising yourself, for raising each other. And of course, those ripples that we raise here are going to go out and be carried all over the world. I mean, how exciting is that? So I have a question for you, because I don't know if you're like me, but many, many years ago, I realized something. And it comes off of this question. It stems from this question. So I'd love to know in the chat, how many of you have had something happen to you in your life where you thought, oh, I'm really protected, like something happened you walked away from that you shouldn't have walked away from, or something like in a job, like you lost your job, you thought it was the worst thing in the world, it turned out to be the best thing ever. You thought, you know, I'm really protected here. Like, how many of you, just by show of hands, you can give us a little ripple wave on the screen? I haven't told you what to do yet. I love that you're waving back to me already. You've said, right, I want a parking space. You've manifested the parking space, right? Yes, because you know, there's something so much greater than us, and we know this, right? And I mean, I celebrated 19 years of being in business just on Sunday just gone, and I got really, really reflective over those 19 years. And when I think back over those 19 years, and maybe you can just do a little mental arithmetic back over the last 19, 20 years, like, did you have any idea that you'd be doing now what you were doing? I mean, did you really think, like, if you could pinch yourself and go, holy frickadoodles, like, I had no idea that I would be doing this, right? If somebody had handed me a crystal ball and said, look, that's your life in 20 years time, you'd be like, what? You must be mad, is something that I hear regularly. And I feel like each and every one of us here, we are ready to up level. How many of you feel like you are ready to take what you're doing to the next level? Give me a yes, yes, yes in the comments. Yes, yes, yes. Sprite and Peter, you can keep an eye on all of these, because I'm sure you can make prizes out of this shizazzle that's going on in the chat there. But you know, I had a calling back in 2002 and I didn't freaking listen to it. How many of you have also had one of those? Where, like, years later, you're like, I should have done this years ago. Why didn't I do this years ago? Well, I know that's definitely true for me. And I remember starting my first business in 2002. And as I was laying like looking at the ceiling thinking, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. Like, what do I call this thing? What do I do? You know? And I remember booking myself onto a business seminar because I really had no idea about business back then. And as the presenter comes onto the stage, it's the first event I'd ever been to in my life. This guy comes up onto the stage, and as he stands up on the stage, he puts a slide up on the screen behind him, and it says this: individually, we are one drop. Together, we're the ocean. Individually, we're one drop. Together, we're the ocean. How many of you have already heard of that quote before? Yeah. I know like everybody in my universe will totally have heard of that, because that's really where One Drop movement was born 19 years ago. But I didn't listen to the calling. I didn't listen because I didn't have any idea about intuition or any gut instinct. I was young. I didn't understand any of this stuff back then. But I remember feeling when I saw that quote, I remember feeling that there was something big about it. And I sat there and I thought, individually, we're one drop. Does that mean that I'm a one drop then? Is she a one drop? Is he a one drop? Are they a one drop? And if they're one drops, but together we're the ocean, what does that actually mean? So if we work together, does that mean that actually we can do things faster? We can make a bigger ripple of impact. I get it. And it just dropped. Pardon the pun. It dropped in. And from that moment on, I built 5 businesses very quickly. And all of them grew so fast because of collaboration, because I never acted as one drop. I knew the way to build a successful business just based on that one quote was to immediately involve other people in the idea. So there I am. I've built these 5 businesses very quickly. Did I learn some mistakes? Heck, yes, I did. I learned how to do things wrong very fast and sometimes very big mistakes. But you know, I really felt like there was something protecting me. There was something guiding me. Something was taking me literally drop by drop on that journey. How many of you feel like that as well? Like where you're at right now, you know, there can't be any coincidences, right? We are where we are. You know, whatever your beliefs are, we created where we're at. But I also think there's something else and you choose what that is for you. But I know that there is definitely something that is guiding us to where we are. So as I grow my businesses, and now like I've built 9 companies now, I have 3. We run them from our boat. We travel full time on our boat. We just sold everything and said, you know what, let's give it away. Let's give our way to prosperity. Let's see how much we can give away without it coming back to us. And we started to give everything away. We lived in a 23-room house. We sold the house and gave everything else away. We had like, come and collect what you like. And then we bought a 1-bedroom boat to travel around. And we just said, you know, if we've got nothing to protect and defend, let's see how much we can give away. And that was 2 years ago. So January the 10th, 2 years ago, just before we went into lockdown, we move onto our boat. We've given everything away. Well, I don't know if you've tried to give anything away before, but here's what happens. The universe gives more back to you. Like, you cannot give it away. You can't. You could do everything you can to give it away, but you can't. The more money you give, the more comes back to you. The more things you give, the more comes back to you. It's like this infinite wave of prosperity. If you think about it, think about that one drop, that wave, where a wave comes into the shore, it laps onto the shore, but it goes back out again. And when it goes back out, it doesn't look the same. And it doesn't look the same when it came back. And that's how we are as we go on this growth journey. And as you develop yourself and we develop each other through being inspired by each other, just remember that each and every one of us are one drop. Together we are the ocean, and the ocean is in every drop. Right? So as we create this ripple of impact, whatever you're doing, holding a door open for somebody just created a ripple of impact for someone. Smiling. Have you ever smiled at someone and they smiled back? Have you ever tried that experiment where other people then smile at you? I know Deborah Sophia Magdalene, she's on here. She experiments with hugs. She did a free hug experiment, which I love that idea. And as you give, and give, you'll find that more success comes to you. Because here's the thing, for those of you that know about quantum physics and the law of attraction, which I know many of you do, what goes up must come down, and what goes out always comes back. So when we realize that actually we're not on our own anymore, when you realize that whatever the journey is that you are on, that you are backed by so many people, you are like, you've made an impact on so many lives, you will have no idea. You probably only know of maybe 1% of the difference that you've ever made. And people will be inspired by you just because you show up. And I think there's this kind of curse, if you call it that, in entrepreneurialism and business, where we think we're not doing enough, we could be doing more, I feel so behind, like, how do I get there? When realizing actually you're already exactly where you're meant to be. Motherhood too, yeah, for sure, right? So there I am back in 2002, and I have that realization about one drop. I didn't really take it seriously. I just made it a philosophy in my business that immediately, as soon as I have an idea, I start talking to other people about it. I get them involved, we create. That's how Ripple Fest started last year, like a year ago. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. I had a download sat right here. I had a download while I was meditating and journaling one morning. And I thought, like, there's so much going on out there. I think that people are feeling like they're out of control maybe, but actually the things we can control are already the things that are within us. We can control how generous we are, how grateful we are, how loving we are, how caring we are. We can control so many things. We can control our brand. We can control where our brand is going to land too. And I thought, it seems to me like we need to create a Ripple Fest. Bam, there it was. But now 19 years later, I realize I'm going to follow the freaking download. I'm not going to wait 19 years anymore. I have the idea, and then I'm straight into making it happen. Thank you, Laurie. Yeah, 100%. So we went straight into giving. And with Ripple Fest, we gave 100%. So all the tickets that we sold, we give 100% to charity. And now we support an orphanage in Africa. In fact, we now support 3 orphanages, and we feed about 600 street children just outside South Africa, just by running like a 2-hour event once a day for 5 days at the end of every month. And I can't even begin to tell you, right, how much hard freaking work I put into growing all of my other businesses, like blood, sweat, and tears, really working at it. And yet this one, where I've just let go, I just let go and said, I'm going to let go. I'm going to let God. I'm going to let source. I'm just going to be a vessel for this. I'm going to let it flow through me. And as it flowed through me and I didn't judge it, I just stepped aside and thought, okay, I can make sense of this in my human form, and just started to deliver. So as I've gone on this journey, here's what I've learned. After the first 18 years of business, working really freaking hard, and the last 1 year of business, not working hard at all, and just playing, like letting my inner child come out and have joy be part of the business, this business has grown, I would say, a minimum of 5 times faster than any of those others. Why? Because it's all about giving. It's all about giving, and giving is receiving. The more you give, the more you receive, the more you receive, the more you can give. And here's the thing about money too. I hear a lot of entrepreneurs, we do a lot of work in our mastermind around money, because there's this kind of thing, this energy where people say, yeah, but I don't, it's a God-given gift. I don't feel like I can charge for it. Well, let me tell you something. The more impactful income you make, the more you can give. And the more you can give, the more you'll receive, and the more you can give back. So even if you choose to give 100% away, as we do, we also set up One Drop Movement as a business with the intention of giving 30% of any money that comes in, not in profit, money that comes in, physical money that comes through that, 30% automatically goes out to charity. So I just want you to, just during this session, really know that you are fully supported. Like, the universe has got your back in a way that even those of you that understand the most about the universe, it's like, let's ramp it up. Let's switch that dial up. Let's turn that dial up and recognize that there's still another level that we can go, and recognize that we aren't just backed by the physical people that are sat around us right now. We are backed by so much that we can't see. Like, how many of you get that? We are backed by so many things we can't see. And that's the thing about faith though, isn't it? Is that you do something knowing that you can't see it, but you just know that you know that you know. It's not just belief, it's that this is going to lead you to exactly where you're going to go. So turn that dial up, Krista. Absolutely. In fact, let's just say, everybody give us a turn that dial up. I think we should be turning the dial up. I've got a one drop Unity charm bracelet here, and I'm going to give this away to Sprite. You can make up whatever the rules are, but everybody, right, turn the dial up, and you can pick a number, Sprite, and then Peter can deal with the winnings of that. But you know, I think it really is time that we turn that dial up. So one of the biggest things that I hear from entrepreneurs that are part of our mastermind, part of the things that we're doing, is being in business can be really lonely. So I'd love for us right now, in fact, how many of you have felt that way? Like, I don't know how many of you are in business. I'm guessing that most of you are in business because you've come through our networks. Yay, Donna's in the house, our Miracles Through Movement mentor. Okay, so most of you are in business. So, and it can feel really lonely. Like, even in like one of my biggest businesses, I remember feeling more lonely then than I felt ever. Right? You think, well, how is it I could build this massive business and have loads of people around me all the time, making an impact on thousands and thousands of people every month? How can I feel this lonely? Well, I think what happens is we can get into our human mind around this, and this is what I recognize. So who's ready to play for a bit? We're just going to have a little play, and we're going to come home because we're calling the hearts home, right? So we're just going to come home for a little bit in the time that I have with you here, and realize that actually you are not alone at all. You are so freaking backed in everything that you're doing, because you would not be doing it. Right? You wouldn't have even made it to this Zoom conversation if you were not in the right place. So for those of you that do have oils on you, I encourage you to, if you've got one heart, definitely put your one heart oil on. If you can mix it with your inner child, please mix it with your inner child, because you know, the more freaking fun you have, the faster things grow. So let's have some fun. So I've put my oils on already. Calling all hearts home. Absolutely, 100%. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes. When you're ready, close your eyes. Let's take some nice, lovely, energy-giving, life-giving breaths. Really breathe into your heart. And as you breathe into your heart, just imagine it's like you've got this magical little receptor on the top of your head. And as you breathe in, you're calling all of the light from the universe is coming in. It's channeling through you. It's filling your body, every little nook and cranny. It's like that light is dusting every part of you. And it's making such a difference. It's healing every part of you. And that energy is just expanding and expanding and expanding. And we had some beautiful energy shifting today already. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine that as that light is filling your body, you're so abundant with light, because each and every one of your cells already has light in it. And we're calling in the universe's light. Wow. Just feel that light and that energy, your one drop, your ripple making one drop, the one drop that you were born to bring to the planet, that only you were given that gift, that superpower. And whether you know what that is or not yet, just really marinate in all the juicy awesomeness that you are now channeling that light. And that light is there for you. And as you feel that light expand from your body, imagine that it expands until you have this beautiful bubble of light all around you. And this bubble of light is just growing and flowing. And you see that it all of a sudden starts to really open up. And as you see that bubble get bigger and bigger and bigger, you realize that bubble is big enough for each and every person in this Zoom room. Like every single one of us right now, we are all held within this beautiful bubble of light. And imagine that it's a really long bubble and we're all standing in a line, and each of us, we're not in our human form. We are glowing light, spiritual beings, all in a line. It's like we've created our own wave, our own ripple. And as you look to your left, you see just this beautiful, beautiful ambassadorship of souls by you. And then you look to your right and you see more of us stood right beside you. And just feel that support, feel all of us packing your parachute. And just know that with each and every step that you take, even if you cannot see the step is there, it will be there. Just put one foot in front of the other. And as you feel this amazing energy, this beautiful wave of energy, I want you to imagine that that you can see the parents of each and every one of us stood in front of you. Like there's this whole, like all of these people that created us, whether you like them or loathe them, they're there, right? They created you for this purpose, for this reason, for this lifetime. So you see this amazing wave of parents now looking at this huge line of us, right? Because never underestimate the power of a small group like this. We can change the freaking world, this tiny group here, right? So you see this wall of parents, and then you see that behind them are their parents. And then behind them are their parents. And as you see this incredible ancestral blueprint that is just opening itself up in front of you, you realize that just for even, oh my God, I'm full of goosebumps, just for us to be here in this moment at this time, each and every one of them made sacrifices for us to be here right now. And as you really feel that sense of, wow, like you were born to be here at this time, at this moment, with us to be here together, that's no freaking coincidence. That is not a coincidence. So as you see this beautiful wall of these ancestors, now imagine yourself turning around. We're going to turn around as a group, and each and every one of us, we're going to turn around and we're going to face the future, knowing that we've got this beautiful ancestry really packing our parachute all behind us, millions and millions and millions of people that came before us just so that we could be here right now. And now just imagine you're looking into the faces of some of your dream customers. And if you don't have customers yet, just imagine they're there. And you can see this beautiful ancestry that is being created right in front of us right now. And each and every one of us are calling forth those beautiful lives that we're going to touch, the people that we are going to make ripples of impact on. And you see that they then make a ripple of impact, because everything that you do for them, they're going to go and do something with that. And now they're going to create ripples of impact. And then you see the people behind them are creating ripples of impact. Just see now that literally just this tiny group here really can create a ripple of impact on every single life, every single plant, every single animal on the entire freaking planet. Just imagine that. And as we bring forth this incredible ripple of impact, and we see the ancestors behind us, we see each other stood next to us, we see our beautiful ripples of impact of all the lives that we were born to touch. Just see that unfolding and unfolding and unfolding in front of you, and get excited, ripple makers, because you were born to make this ripple, and you are never alone, because you have people beside you, you have a whole army of ancestors behind you, and you have a whole life ahead of you to make that difference that only you were born to make. Just take that in for a moment. And as you take it in, continue to breathe that light in through the top of your head into your body. And let's imagine now that each and every one of us, we're coming back into our own beautiful bubble of light, our own energy. And all the love that we created out there, that's still rippling. Those ripples of impact, they're still being made. And come back into your own one drop. Because each step is a drop. And each step that you take is creating a wave. It's making a ripple. And just think for a moment, what ripple is it that you would like to make most over the next 12 months? What ripple of impact have you not explored yet? And really call that ripple into your heart. And just know that this moment, this time, this place that we're in together right now, this is where it starts. Because the best time to make your ripple was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. So come back into your heart, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Let's come back into the room and know that you make a difference. You matter. And you, my darlings, are one drop. So come back into that heart and keep that one drop ripple of impact energy. Keep that with you always. And the best way to keep rippling is to come back to that one heart. If you get that one heart oil, if you haven't got it already, just remember, just keep coming back to that. Just if you forget, keep coming back to it. Even just the smell of it is an anchor. Even just the smell of it is an anchor. And of course, if you have a one drop, using that in connection with the one heart oil as well is incredibly powerful. So my darlings, go forth, multiply those ripples. It's been a pleasure to create ripples with you. Thank you, Sprite.
Woohoo! Amazing. Let's give it up. Let's give some of that love, ripple it back to Sammy Blindell, the ripple maker. I love you, Sammy, so much. Oh my God. That was incredible. So did we promise to activate you? Did we promise to like bring energy into your body? I hope you're feeling that energy and letting that like build up into your body. Like she said, like ramp it up. That's what we're here to do. Because then from that ramped up energy, we get to create so much goodness. And I just want to thank Jack Canfield for creating. He's the reason I'm here. He's the reason we're all here, because a year ago when the world was in a pandemic and he discovered these amazing oils, he invited us to ramp it up. And what do I mean by that? You know, sometimes it's hard to even get to a yoga class. Sometimes it feels hard to even like put on your shoes, right? To go work out. You know, it's good for you, but sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to even like get the energy to do your qigong. Like, oh, I know I should do it, but I actually have to do it, right? Well, there's a secret that we discovered, and it's not really a secret, and it shouldn't be a freaking secret. It needs to be, everyone in the world needs to understand it, because God's created nature. He's created these amazing, incredible tools that support us to literally shift our frequency and energy, so we don't have to will ourselves to go do anything. And that's the power behind what we're talking about today. With one of these tools here, the essential oils that we're talking about. And Jack's going to talk more about that with us right now. But for those of you who really don't know how amazing Jack Canfield is, I have to tell you, he's a 7 times New York Times bestseller. He's the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul series, which has sold over 500 million copies, you guys. Like, wow, that's amazing. But he's an entrepreneur, and he's developed the Canfield training method, which has inspired thousands of trainers and leaders and healers and change makers around the world to go out and share those ripples, spread those ripples of goodness, so we can help more people on the planet to wake up, to awaken, to claim their purpose, to claim this one heart, to step into this one heart. Jack is also a platinum leader in Young Living essential oils, and his mission is to help inspire people to come back to nature and utilize incredible tools of nature to shift frequency of the planet. So, Jack, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And let me just say how much I've been inspired already by Kate, who's doing the Qigong. There's something in the universe called just on time delivery. Like, you know, if you just open yourself, everything shows up. And I needed a little bit of a exercise for a group I'm starting at 10 o'clock today, our time. And I'm going to start with the Qigong exercise. I never knew about rubbing the nails together. So that's fun. People will love it. And then Aaron, you're so passionate, man. I thought like, I need to make more sounds, you know, like when I'm talking to my wife, I love you, you know, it's like that. So thank you for that. I just thought about, wow, you really excited me about that. And my wife is like Raven, her name's Inga, and she's just so full of energy. And then Penelope, using the oils as a management tool. That never occurred to me, like to get my staff to de-stress. Many of them do it because they're all Young Living brand partners and so forth. And then Sammy, enthusiasm, holy shit. You know, the word enthusiasm comes from entheos, the word theology. Theos means God in Greek. And to be filled with God is to be enthusiastic. And you are so enthusiastic. I love that. And just talking about ripples, I just want to riff on that for a minute, and then I'll get into what I was planning to say or what Sprite asked me to talk about. But this idea of collaboration, of working with other people. Chicken Soup for the Soul. Every book had a co-author, sometimes 3 or 4 or 5. We did a Chicken Soup for the Indian Soul series, where I think there's about 20 books now, all in India, and they're all co-authored by Indian people. And we now have like 650 million books in print, 47 New York Times bestsellers. And that's all because of collaboration. Never would have gotten there. Now we have 5,000 trainers teaching the success principles in 117 countries. Again, collaboration, the work gets out, not try to own it and give it away. So, and then with Young Living, I think there's 2,233 people in my organization, our team, since we got started. So anyway, everything you guys have said is like awakened something in me. And this idea of ripples to waves is really a great idea. That was a masterful talk, Sammy. Thank you very much. Every one of you that presented so far awakened me, inspired me, and so forth. So what I'm going to talk about today is just a little bit about Young Living Oils and the importance of essential oils, how I got into it, why I'm so excited about it. It was only a few years ago that this happened, but I'm going to show some slides. So let me share my screen here and get the slides up on the screen. And I also am going to start with a little bit of humor. I use cartoons as a way to do that. So let me just share a few with you real quickly. Here's 2 dogs talking. One says, "I've got a busy day of Zoom meetings to interrupt." I love it. I always see these cats and dogs walking across the back of the screen or jumping up into the owner's laps. It says, "You can name her whatever you like, but be sure it's something you can remember. You'll be using it as a security question answer for the rest of your life." I love that. And then this guy, during the pandemic, someone recently wrote, people either became a hunk, a chunk, or a drunk, meaning you had a lot of extra time to work out, so you became a hunk. The average American gained 26 pounds during the pandemic. So that was the chunk part, or a drunk. A lot of people started drinking at home to deal with the stress instead of doing things like emotional reset and so forth that we talked about earlier. But I love this one. He says, "My 2 hobbies are smoking marijuana and rescuing stray cats." Not the best combination here. You end up with a possum. And then finally, 2 women talking about their computers. And this one woman says, my memory really sucks, Mildred, so I changed my password to incorrect. That way, when I log in with the wrong password, the computer will tell me, your password is incorrect, which I love. All right. So how did I get into this? About 2.5 years ago, I was running a seminar, and there was about 25 people. It's our high-end, we call it luxury retreat. It's 4.5 days of deep, intensive work with a very small group. And there was a woman in there who was involved with Young Living Oils. And every time we were about to do an exercise, she'd say, there's an oil for that. And I'd say, what do you mean? She said, well, you're about to do a vision exercise to get people in touch with what's the vision of their ideal life. And we have these oils called Envision, Highest Potential, Awaken. We should use those. So she's going around pouring all these drops on people's hands. People are rubbing their hands together. And sure enough, people went deeper, faster. And then we were doing, one person said they were having trouble sleeping at night. She said, you should do Roman chamomile. That person started sleeping better. There was another woman who was afraid to get up and talk in front of the group. We used Valor, which is what the combination of oils the Roman soldiers used to bathe in before they would go into battle. And she felt this incredible sense of courage, peace and calming when people were stressed out, etc. So all through the seminar, she's handing out these oils to people. And then she said, would you like to enroll and get these oils and get a starter kit? And I'll teach you how to use them. I said, sure, of course. So that was the beginning of it. And quite frankly, I would say I got the starter kit and I kind of played with it for maybe a couple of weeks. And then I kind of forgot about it. It's like new things. If you don't put a lot of energy in it for a minimum of 30 days, really intensely, the research shows it tends to fade into the background. And then I was over in India in February of 2020. And the pandemic started in Wuhan while I was there. And I was supposed to fly back through Hong Kong. I said, that's not a smart idea. So we changed our flight, went through Germany. Turns out that wasn't really smart either, because most of the stuff was coming into New York from Italy and a lot of it going through Frankfurt. Anyway, long story short, I get back, and within a month, my business, which is putting people in large ballrooms and doing these massive, intensive, deep personal growth trainings, came to a roaring halt because all the laws said you can't gather large people in groups. In fact, we were running a seminar in Santa Barbara in a hotel when the sheriff came in and said, you have to disband this. Like, what? You have an hour for everyone to leave. Fortunately, we had a friend who had a huge house, and we were able to go over there and finish the seminar. But point being, I now had $800,000 in deposits for seminars I couldn't deliver. And our company was at grave risk. So we had to pivot to online. And all of a sudden I realized, wait a second, if we don't make the money we need to make, we're going to have a problem. I don't want to fire any of my staff. I had 14 people working for me, several of them with kids and so forth. And so I thought we need ancillary income. And that's what I thought about Young Living. Young Living would provide people not only with the oils that would get us through this, the emotional side of the pandemic, but also it would provide us with an opportunity to introduce other people to the oils, and people could actually earn an income from that, which is what we did. Every one of my staff signed up. They all started using the oils. Many people went to gold and silver ranking, which are, selling quite a bit of oils every month with their teams. And so I started really using the oils again, full time, learning about them in greater depth, and was just amazed, if not shocked, at the history of oils being used for thousands of years in every culture for healing, for spiritual awakening, for connecting to the earth, for connecting to the inner self, for meditation, deep in that, and so on and so forth. So anyway, that's how I got involved in all this. And, when I say about why do we use oils, I'm going to give you just a little bit of a background on that. I read a book called The Essential Oil Truth by a woman named Jen O'Sullivan, and a little thin book, but it contains so much information. And I just really became like an oil geek very quickly. I mean, I read and I read and I read. People started sending me books when they found that I was so interested in it. And I was listening to CDs and YouTube videos and so forth, and really immersing myself in this. And what we find is that when you put an oil on your skin, if you put it in a diffuser and you inhale it, if you put it in a drink, or you put it, like I put it sometimes in little capsules, like I'll take my vitamin C capsule, open it up, pour in some oils, and then ingest that. But literally every cell in your body within 20 minutes, if you put it on in your feet at night, like I put lavender on my wife's feet and my feet every night, within 20 minutes, it's in your brain. It's in every cell in your body. It's phenomenal, and I'll talk about that in a minute. How many molecules are in a one drop of oil, and how that gets into every cell in our body within 20 minutes, and it crosses the brain-blood barrier, which a lot of things can't do, and that's why it has such a huge effect on how we feel, on our spirituality, on our calmness, on our courage, on our sense of connectedness with others, and so forth. Happens very, very quickly. As I said, passes through the brain-blood barrier. It's very, very small molecules. That helps eliminate toxins in our body. A lot of us are over-toxified right now, and many of us because we're sitting in front of a computer all day long. It was great when Aaron talked about standing up and moving around. And several of our people this morning have been getting us to shake and move and rub our hands together and do qigong exercises, breathe deeply, etc. We're not using our bodies as much, and so the detoxification that occurs with the lymph system and so forth is not happening as much as it should. And so the essential oils help go into the cells and pull toxins out and help eliminate them. Very powerful. And every system in our body is affected by these oils: our digestive system, our nervous system, our muscular system, all the different systems in our brain, which is so important, are affected by the oils. It promotes cellular regeneration. One of the most important things to say young, most people will tell me, I'm 77, most people will tell me I look 10 to 15 years younger than I actually am, my biological age being, smaller or less, let's just say not as old as my birth age, if you will. And so the reality is the cells are constantly regenerating, And the oils facilitate that. One of the things oils do, and this is different than pharmaceuticals, with pharmaceuticals, they will take something often from a plant, and they will then take one aspect of it, one little part of the whole compound, and then they will get that to go into the cell. But quite often it doesn't penetrate the cell, and it doesn't affect all of the other functions and processes that occur within the cell, as if you were to take an essential oil. Like when you eat a plant, which is, you know, food, we talk about plant-based diets these days, and we have plant medicine and so forth that's going on. So we're going back to the basics, if you will. So much of our food is denatured and filled with toxins and so forth. So these oils, when we inhale them, when we rub them on our skin, when we you know, take them into our bodies, etc., what happens is they have a full cell bioavailable effect. That's why a lot of the nutraceuticals that the Young Living cells, the vitamins and minerals, are actually much more effective, because when they go into the body, they go through the cell wall much more quickly, and they affect everything in that cell, not just one little aspect of it, which is so important for whole living. Now, they also work on the emotions via the limbic system of your brain. We know that within 20 seconds of inhaling the aroma of one of these oils, that they're starting to affect our brain. And when you inhale, the top of the nasal passage is right at the bottom of the brain, and it goes very quickly into the olfactory system, which is the oldest system in our brain. You know, we have the 3 levels of the brain, but we needed to be able to smell if there was a tiger in the jungle, etc., to smell food if it was rotten, and we wouldn't eat it. That would protect us from getting, you know, some kind of illness. And so what happens is this is really affecting us on a very quick way into one of our deepest and most old brain systems, if you will. Promotes healthy emotional wellness. We relax, we clear the mind, things like that. Transports nutrients, which I just said, that more bioavailable. It's not how much vitamin C you take, it's how much gets into the cells. And so when we have these oil infused vitamins and minerals, when we just take oils with our, if you do regular vitamins and minerals, but if you have oils along with that, you're going to get much more of it into your body. Powerful antioxidants. We want to get rid of the oxidation process, which causes cancer and other things like that. The oils and some of the other things that Young Living cells, like Ningxia, which comes from the goji berries in China, have high oxidative reduction values, much more than most things on the planet. They remove toxins in the air. If you're diffusing, promotes healthy, breathable air, and a great alternative to chemical and toxic fragrances, which a lot of people are using these days. You know, these spray things we use in our bathrooms and so forth that aren't that healthy for us to get rid of odors. All right. It said you can diffuse it, you can put it on your skin. This is rubbing this morning, and also you can ingest it. And, you know, the thing that's fun about oils is there's all these different recipes. Like I used to get allergies in the spring. I haven't had them now for 2 years. I take 5 drops of lavender, 4 drops of lemon, 3 drops of peppermint, put that in my diffuser when I get the allergies, when I used to get the allergies, and I don't get them anymore. Or if I start to feel like I'm getting one, I'll put 3 drops of lavender, 2 drops of lemon, 1 drop of peppermint into a little capsule, gel cap, and I'll take that. And within 20 minutes, it's gone. There's none of that. So if you decide to get involved with this, I really encourage you to get the book, The Essential Truth, The Facts Without Hype by Jen O'Sullivan. This was my Bible, if you will, in terms of learning about essential oils. It's only about 100 pages, big type, lots of white space, but you learn the essence of what this is all about. And one of the things I learned that's really incredible, you look at the blue paragraph there, it says the human body has around 100 trillion cells. Essential oils are composed of around 40 million trillion molecules per single drop. Think about that, 40 million trillion molecules. That's insane. That number is so huge per single drop, which means that when you take an essential oil and you rub it, say, on your feet, in 20 minutes, literally your whole body's filled. You got 40 million trillion molecules, in effect, creating 400,000 molecules for every cell of your body. That's how pervasive the oils come, the molecules that oil, essential oils come in terms of having an impact on you. And I mentioned when you inhale it within 20 seconds. And the other cool thing is essential oils, each drop is less than 300 Daltons. And these are how they measure atomic mass. And literally, most things cannot pass the brain-blood barrier, which is how the brain protects itself from a lot of toxins in the world. But these oils can get in there. They pass it because they're so small. And so that's why it's so effective. All right. There are many, 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 many oils. One of the ones I use every day is peppermint. Around 4 o'clock, I used to get really, really hungry. And I started gaining weight because I would eat. I would have these snacks, you know, nuts and raisins and protein bars and stuff like that, that I would kind of get my blood sugar up again, I was thinking. But I found that if I took peppermint and put it in my diffuser, all of a sudden I didn't need to eat because it was opening up the blood vessels. It was getting more oxygen to my cells. And so all of a sudden this became a big part of me losing and maintaining a better weight. And so there's just so many things like that. And if you're an athlete of any kind, if you inhale peppermint, you know, like we do, rub it and smell it, or if you put it in a diffuser before you do an athletic event like swimming or running track or playing tennis, you'll actually have more energy. You won't get as fatigued as fast. And we also know that peppermint can be used. They've done experiments with kids before they take a test. And if they take peppermint and they take that group versus one that didn't before the test, the peppermint group always scores higher, even though it was the same classroom, same teachers, same everything. All right, just to give you a sense of that. And I mentioned Ningxia, which is this wonderful goji berry or Ningxia berry. We call them berries, along with, we also put some cherry juice and blueberry juice, and they're infused with essential oils as well. I do drink 4 ounces of that every day, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. And I haven't gotten sick in 3 years. It's just very powerful in terms of the antioxidant effect of all that. So lots and lots of things. One of the things I didn't know about until I got involved with Young Living was this thing they call the ORAC value, the oxygen radical absorption capacity, which means it removes oxygen. And wolfberries, goji berries, which is in what's in Ningxia, the ORAC value is 25,300. And a lot of us have been told for years, put blueberries in your blender drink in the morning because it's going to help with the antioxidants. Kale, but you look at the difference in the ORAC value. Blueberries, kale, spinach, broccoli, all things we take. But the fact is that the wolfberries are so much, much more powerful. And essential oils, look at that. Clove, 1 million. Myrrh, 379,000. Rose, 160,000. So again, these oils have tremendous health benefits, in whatever form you might take them. This was done, I had my live blood analysis done years ago. And when your blood's healthy, it looks like the blood on the right, where all of the blood cells are not glommed together. And this shows someone that took Ningxia, and 15 minutes afterwards, this is their blood. That was before. As you can see the difference just from the antioxidant level and what that does to your blood from Ningxia. So there's so many benefits. Now, I forget who it was. I think it was Penelope. Yeah, she talked about the aroma freedom technique, which was developed by Dr. Ben Perkus, in which he developed a protocol for using essential oils to identify a limiting belief you have, to go back to where that limiting belief was created, usually between the ages of 3 and 8, and using a blend of essential oils at that point when you get there to literally disappear that limiting belief and to have a whole new scenario occur that leads to a new, more empowered belief. And the first time I did this, as part of when I was just getting involved with Young Living, my wife and several of my staff members and myself, we decided to work with Dr. Perkus over the phone, and he took us through the process. And it was interesting because this was early on with me, and one of the big, he often gets you in touch with what's something you're afraid to do, or where do you feel stuck, where do you feel blocked? And I had this fear that if I got involved with a quote unquote network marketing company, a multi-level marketing company, that here I am, this huge known author and transformational leader, that people might judge me for that. And there was a fear. And so when we did this aroma freedom technique, which only takes about 15 minutes to do, I got in touch. I went back to when I was about 15, I think. And I was in a room with my dad, and we were arguing about something. I was in this stage of my life where I was wanting to assert my authority and be more independent. and my dad was like not having that. And I said something, I don't remember what it was, and he took a swing at me. And I had been studying judo in school. I went to this military school as a day student, and I come home at night, and wasn't a boarder or anything, but anyway, he swung at me and I flipped him, which is not a good thing to do to your dad when you're a teenager. And my mom said, run. So I ran. And she said, I'll tell you when you can come back. So about 2 hours later, my brother found me at a nearby playground and said, you can come home now. But what happened was I was basically not allowed to step into my authority for fear of what other people would think, what my dad would think. And so I wasn't able to just be a free spirit and do what I felt was right in me, because it would be something my dad wouldn't approve of, and then I'd get in trouble. And going to military school, there was a lot of that as well. You had to stand in attention, wipe that smile off your face, don't laugh, you keep your locker clean, you know, all these kinds of things. Your rifle had to be clean, your shoes had to be shined. There's a lot of rigidity built into that. And so what happened when we took the oils and rubbed them and inhaled them, all of a sudden a movie developed in my head where my dad walks up to me and says, you know, we got to stop doing this. I have to acknowledge you're a man now, and you have a right to do whatever you want to do, and you be the own authority of your own life and not worry about what I or other people think about you. And it was amazing. And this healing energy just flowed through me. And I've done a lot of therapy work, and I've taken ayahuasca and other plant medicines, and had a shaman work with me for 3 years with many different, you know, plant medicines like mushrooms and things like that. And this had never been healed. And so within, like, you know, just a few seconds, just the inhalation of those essential oils had a huge therapeutic effect and transformational effect, liberating effect on me. My wife was there as well. We all had breakthroughs. Every one of us had a major breakthrough. So we got very excited about that. And then I shared it with a lot of my trainers. Many of them have become certified aroma freedom therapy trainers through Ben Perkins's training program. And I use the emotional reset, which is something he developed, which is a daily thing, which is to just take a few oils at the beginning of the day, and it just sets you up for success. And it's really, really powerful. So anyway, that's a huge, huge aspect of the work we're doing, because my life purpose is to inspire and empower people to live their highest vision in the context of love and joy. And so the oils are actually facilitating and accelerating that. I'm always looking, how can we get further and faster with less struggle, less effort? And so this has been a huge aspect of that work. And I encourage you all to participate in it at some point. Now, the neat thing about oils is they all have frequencies. And we were talking earlier about raising your vibration, raising your frequency. You know, the movement, the Qigong does that. The work that Aaron's doing that, all of Penelope and Sammy, all of the presenters, and just, you know, Sprite, she's always like up energy, you know. And so the reality is the oils have a vibration. And when you look at rose, which is one of the highest vibrations of an oil, 188 megahertz, what happens is that what's one of the most things that we love to give people in terms of Valentine's Day, and when we're dating somebody and we want to express our love, what do? We give them roses. And the 320 megahertz joy, which has rose and yang-a-lang and other things in it, it's 188. It's a blend. And so all of these different oils, lavender 118. Look, if positive thoughts, when you think of positive thought, you're at 78 to 72 megahertz. So all these oils are taking you above that. Negative thoughts bring you down 56 to 50 megahertz. And when you get down to around 57, that's when flu can invade your body. And with the pandemic now and the flu season starting, that's the last thing you want to have happen. So the oils keep your energy, your vibration high, which makes it difficult for things of a lower vibration to take hold in your body. So this is why I love these oils as well. There's a whole science behind them that you can study. And even if you don't study it, at least you know it's there and it backs up everything we're talking about. Now, Albert Einstein said, in the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich, said, in every adversity, there's a seed of an equal or greater benefit, but you have to look for it. And you have to water that seed. And so, as I mentioned, when the pandemic occurred and I started getting back involved in the essential oils and using them in my own life and working with my staff and learning to do AFT processes with people and incorporating that into my work, we were able to do a lot with that, and then started doing workshops online, educational workshops and so forth. But I want to talk for a minute about the financial opportunity, because that was really important to us at that time. I wanted to be able to say to my staff, hey, if we have to cut back people's salaries, because we're not going to fire anybody, we'll just all take a percentage pay cut, including myself and all the other officers of the company, across the board until what we can afford based on the profit that we have coming into the company. But if we have this other opportunity with Young Living, then we can supplement our income if we need to do that. And so we had some people making, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month extra simply by engaging in becoming someone who was a distributor, if you will, with Young Living. So why do I feel confident about not only the oils and what they do? Because I've experienced it. I've experienced it with my family, with my friends. I have what's called a desk reference, which has all the different oils of what kind of conditions they're used for. If you have eczema, that kind of thing, what kind of oil would you want to rub on your skin? And I have given these oils to all of my friends who are having babies right now. My stepson just had a baby. My wife's spiritual teacher just had a baby. What are the oils that you can use there? So everybody is getting value from this. My 8-year-old grandson was hard to put to bed at night. And then we use peace and calming, and all of a sudden he calms down and he's not hyperactive. He goes to bed. So that's the main thing, is the oils work. But also as a company, the thing we love about Young Living is there's only one owner, Mary Young. That was Gary and Mary Young. Gary died, unfortunately. He was in the rainforest searching for more oils, more plants he could make oils out of. And he got what they call it, a parasite got into his body, which he was unaware of, was in his heart. And by the time they finally figured it out, it was just too late. And he died from that. But the point being that this guy had created this amazing company. I wish I'd met him. He was a true saint on many levels. Anyway, long story short, one owner now, Mary Young. The value of that is you don't have a board that's ever going to fight with each other, try to sell it for a profit. Mary's committed to it forever. Company's been around for 28 years. It's a $2.2 billion company. So they've gone through all the difficult times of growth. They figured all that out. It's a very successful company. They can afford everything they need to do the right kind of research and support all of us. There's over 6 million members using the products worldwide, and they plan to have 5 million more by 2024. So it's growing very quickly. 40% of the people are on a monthly auto ship program called a subscription program. Most network marketing companies, maybe 8%. In my organization, 80% of the people are on auto ship program. So it's a monthly recurring income that occurs. 90% are just customers. Why is that valuable? Because it means we're not a network, we're not a pyramid scheme. People are not all just hiding up people to sign up people to sign up people. They're using the products, and it's only the people that want to do it as a business that are doing that. There's a 30% annual growth, 26% increase in earnings for our members that are doing it as a business since this January this year. It's an asset you can own once you have a business. Like my 2,233 people, I can sell that to someone else if I wanted to. I can will it to my children. We have 700 amazing products to choose from, and it's a home business you can do during the pandemic. We talk about seed to seal quality. Everything we do is of the highest order. All of our farms, they're all on organic soil. They've had to be organic for at least 50 years. No pesticides, no organic, inorganic fertilizers, etc. No chemicals. And you can build this part-time at home, anytime from anywhere. All you need is a computer, a laptop, a phone. Many people do it on 30 minutes a day. This woman built a 20,000 person downline just on her lunch break at work, Kimmy Brook. I went from a struggling single mom to building a team of 20,000, just talking to people during her lunch hour while she was working in a corporation. I said, you can build it from anywhere, anytime. We have amazing farms all around the world. This is our lavender farm in Provence. Lots of education from people like Jen O'Sullivan. We have a lot of workshops we present. Lucy Libido is a woman that has been studying oils and sex and helps people balance their hormones, increases their libido, increases intimacy, dealing with menopause, all research-based. So we have seminars that occur nonstop. We also do personal development work. We did something last year called the Abundance Challenge. We had Rhonda Byrne from The Secret presenting, and Lisa Nichols, and Janet Atwood from The Passion Test, Bob Proctor, who many of you know from The Secret, John Assaraf. another person from The Secret. Richard Branson said, I'm a tremendous believer in network marketing. He's a billionaire. He understands business. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki said, if I had to do it all over again, rather than build an old style type of business, I would have started building a network marketing business. So lots of people support this. One Heart, I'm just going to take 30 seconds on this. This is one of the most powerful combinations of oil blends that's ever been created. It was created in honor of Gary Young and his commitment to service in the world. And some of the ingredients like ylang ylang opens a heart. Northern Lights Black Spruce is an amazing heart opening, and it's something my wife and I will put on our chest before we make love. It opens up our hearts. You've got a Roman chamomile, which opens up our courage to be open, to be vulnerable and open takes courage. You've got spearmint, which is great, black spruce, camphor, cedarwood, geranium, frankincense, which is a spiritual opening. So there's so many things in here. I love this oil. It's an amazing thing. So you can start by just getting the One Heart. You can start with getting an oil starter kit, which I recommend, which has all these different oils in here, all of which are kind of our major workhorse oils that do many, many, many things. And so what I would recommend is whoever invited you today, get back with that person who invited you today and ask them to get you started with one or more oils. I'm going to recommend the oil starter kit, and I would get the One Heart as well. And get into the oils. They really will transform your life. So I'm going to stop, say thank you for listening, and I will get out of my slides here, and I will hope that's been valuable. I'll turn it back over to Sprite.
Awesome. It was amazing. So everybody just give Jack some love, you guys. Let's see hearts on the screen and thumbs up and all of that. Absolutely, Jack. It was amazing. I love how transparent you are. I love how our community is really clearly here to support each other and all of the ways that you bring forward yourself and other people to our community. So thank you. And I know you're going to have to pop in a few minutes, but I just want everyone to know that this is our One Heart community, our one drop, one heart community that we have been creating around the world. And every day, every week, we just continue to attract amazing more people into this community. And we want to give you the opportunity to come and be part of it. So we're going to stay on for some questions and things like that. But Sammy, we've got a couple more prizes to give away. So let's get the music going.
All right, let's
we
bring
gotta
it
get
on.
the music going. And I want you guys to put in the chat, what ripple do you what ripple do you want to make in the next year? What ripple do you want to make? Put it in the chat.
Right, what are you going to give them to do to win their one drop charm bracelet?
So I just put into the chat and they're already putting it in. What ripple do they want to make?
Oh, I love that. Kathleen's going to start her foundation to help kids, vets and patients. I love it. What a great vision. I feel like we need our own one drop song, Sprite.
I know. That's a pretty good one.
Ooh,
I love it.
I think we have a volunteer to write that. Love it. Let's collaborate.
Wow.
think we should get a hashtag ready to ripple if you've loved what you've heard so far.
Wow, look at all these ripples.
Ready to ripple. Love it. Be the ripple you wish to see in the world, guys. Thank you, Jack.
Love you, Jack.
Mwah.
Love you, Jack.
Whoop,
Thank you. Okay. Wow. Look at all we've just got to say some of these. I want to touch a thousand lives with my voice and sound baths. Ooh, supporting them to come into closer touch with themselves. Yay. I love this. Wow. Start my foundation to help kids, vets, and patients feel the benefits of dancing. Start my wellness business for health professionals, including aromatherapy from Angela. Amazing, everlasting effect on everyone that I come in contact with. Amen. Nina. Oh my God, look at this. Helping people learn more quickly, reliably, persistently, joyfully than they thought possible from Byron. Oh, you guys are amazing. Shoshana is going to write that song for us, and she's going to connect children and adults with the magic and power and nourishing presence in nature with the help of oils. Amen. Amen. Deborah's, I'm creating a global movement to raise the vibration of 10 million souls. Wow. Okay. So Sammy, pick a number, please, between
Oh
one.
my freaking
Yes.
God. Do I have to choose between all of those?
Oh,
Really?
no, I'm going to have you pick a number between 1 and 20.
And 20. Well, I have 4 oils on here that I'm using right now. So let's go with lucky number 4.
Okay, lucky number
Four's on the door.
4. Okay, Peter's going to find out number 4. And then Kate, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 30.
7.
Okay, and then we've got 7. And let's see, Penelope, Penelope, pick a number between 1 and 30.
12.
And we've got 12. Aaron, pick a number between 1 and 30.
17.
Okay. Wow. Are we givers or what? Okay. So Peter's going to be pulling all those names together. And while he's doing that, I just want to pull up, I'm going to pull a slide up here and share my screen with you all for just a few minutes. I want to share with you, let me pull this up first. Here we go. There we go. Okay, oops, let me get back over here. I gotta share my screen first, share. Okay, awesome. I just want to share with you guys, we talk about this one heart and how amazing this is, you guys, that 35%. What I want to just do is to inspire you that to join us today, join us with a one heart oil. You can join us with more if you want, but join us with a one heart oil. 35% of this, the cost is $45 is the wholesale cost for that oil, goes to the Young Living Foundation and to help champion education, develop enterprise for women, and to end exploitation for children, women, and men around the world. But look at what they've already done. Almost 1 billion lives have already been changed, and from this foundation. Oops. And how do I go back? There we go. And I mean, that's a lot. It's a big deal. And 20 people in 20 countries impacted, 600,000 donors. What I love is that this foundation, 100% of what goes into this foundation goes directly to the programs, because Young Living, as a $2 billion a year company, funds all of the administration and everything for the organization. So I know when I buy a One Heart oil, or when I put money here, where it's going and how it's impacting others. So like Jack was saying, you guys, this One Heart oil, what I love is also the story behind it, that this oil was actually created by a graphic art student that graduated from the Young Living Academy in Ecuador. That's where I live, you guys. I live in Ecuador. And their whole family actually works at the farms in Young Living, and she designed the label for this. But here's some of the other things that this oil does. It encourages a bright outlook on your life. It opens your heart to love and service for others, encourages unity, connection, and community. It creates that calming, uplifting environment and helps you find your center and to connect to your inner spirituality during prayer and meditation. It is absolutely amazing, amazing oil. And these are the different ways that you guys can get started with our community. If you're inspired to do that today, as Jack said, just get back to the person that invited you to this event and ask them. But all of us have gotten started with this premium starter kit because it comes with 11 of the most commonly used oils for literally everything. So it wipes out your medicine cabinet. You don't need anything else in your medicine cabinet, literally, except those 11 oils. And that is the honest to God truth. And I'm so passionate about people knowing about this because these oils support, manage, and help maintain good health, good mental health, good emotional health, good physical health. And we all need to understand how we can be utilizing them. So you could get started with that and then go ahead and add on a One Heart oil. If you choose to do that, you can. And so we're going to open this up. First, I want to know who the winners are. We're going to open this up for any questions and comments about today. I'm going to stop sharing really quick here. And Peter, okay, who are our winners?
Having dyslexia is not easy to be counting because they're scrolling across my screen so fast. So I essentially, I apologize if I count differently, but for number 4, I came up with Francine Straw.
Oh, Fran!
For number 7, I came up with Lynn Platt. And number 17 was Angela Rabbit. Rabbits.
Okay. And number 12.
Oh, number 12. I missed number 12. Okay. Well, I have to count backwards now. Hang on.
Count backwards. Yes. Awesome. So winners, please make sure to direct message me right now with your address so that I have that in the transcript of today's event. So we make sure that we get those oils off to you. And just let me say that these gifts are coming from our collective Young Living team because what we have this cool thing called loyalty rewards. And so every month that we order product, Young Living gives us up to 25% back cash on our orders. And so I'm like literally sitting with 400 points. That's cash in my account right now. Sammy's sitting, I'm sure, with probably 200-300. Penelope's, we're all sitting with all this stuff. So we're giving it away. Like, we're giving prizes to you because that's what we do every time. So we are going to be creating another event in February. So stay tuned for that. And all right, Peter, do you have?
Can I say something as well before we do that? Could you just for everybody that I've got some one drop gratitude cards for you, and it's such a good practice to send one of these to somebody you're working with just to say thank you for them being a client, or send it to somebody that you just want to say thank you for being the drop for me, because I'm sure you've got a life filled with ripple makers. So we're sending these cards out to you. If you want me to send you these cards, please make sure you email me your physical postal address if you want them. Okay, so I'm just going to put my email in the box here, and send me your physical address so that I can send them out to you in the next few days. Thank you, Peter.
Awesome.
I came up with number 12 as Rosa Lemire.
Oh, Rosa. Yay. Congratulations, Rosa. Thank you for being here. That is amazing. We
Thank you.
also have another gift that's coming to us, to all of you, from Christina Davidson or Davies. She put together a list of 1001 gratitudes. So Davison, Christina, thank you for doing that. And she's going to be providing us, I think it's a link, and we have all of your emails from the registration. So that's going to also go out to you. We want to just pour love and gratitude into all of you. So what I'd also love is to just allow, with the time that we have left, would love to just hear some of your voices. This is the One Heart community. We are all in this together. I'd love to hear some of your voices. What did you get out of today? Go ahead and unmute yourself. Or do you have questions about being a part of Jack's team and with all of us? Okay, yeah, so anyone, you can just go ahead and unmute yourself if you have a question or a comment you want to provide.
Well, I just want to thank you myself. I wouldn't be in here if it weren't for you. And, you know, I just said on the chat, but I want to reiterate, I always get 3 times more than I expect when I just show up. And I know we all have 1,000 busy things right now, and it's so easy to go, oh, I don't have time for that. But this community and being a part of such close proximity to Jack and learning at high speed is just, it's such a privilege. And so I try to honor the privilege that I got picked to be in this, that I got picked from God right now on this planet. And I try to honor that privilege, that I'm privileged. And I want to just reiterate another little thing I wrote is that I'm in Costa Rica right now. I might stay here like Sprite, living somewhere else because it's so healing. And I came down here with James Steely, a friend of mine who needed to have a whole shoulder replacement. And looking all over the world, we found this incredible surgeon. And I wanted to ask him to diffuse in the operating room and to play 432 hertz. And so we were sitting in the room, and James said, we'd like to ask you some unusual things. And he said, what do you think about essential oils? And he said, oh, you mean the diffuser that I have going on in back of me in my office? He goes, I don't do any surgery without doing essential oils because we believe in plant medicine down here. And it makes the difference in right and wrong. I'm going to show him his shoulders in just a minute. You want to take off? And then he said, James said, well, we want you to be positive in the surgery. We don't want you to talk about the news or anything like that. And he said, well, let me show you my surgery playlist. And he had 432 hertz all on his playlist. And so we got supported in the hospital by the nurses, the doctors, to use the oils, and they knew as much as I did. And I want to show you his surgery scar. This is 3 weeks ago today. Watch this. Whoops, come here a minute. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You almost can't see the scar. And it's been 3 weeks, and his whole shoulder got replaced. And we've been using a lot of helichrysum, and of course all the other oils, because we diffuse and we put other stuff. But really, you guys, this is a privilege to be a part of this. And this thing, the One Drop, thank you very much. And thank you for all that we're doing together. This is very fun. All right.
Yay.
Love you.
What was the name of the oil for the scar?
Helichrysum.
Well, helichrysum is probably the most important for scars, but so is frankincense. We put lavender on his feet. We've been doing a huge oil regime, including the AFT stuff. I mean, I only brought one suitcase to Costa Rica because I didn't know what we were going to be up against, but I had to get myself down to no more than over 120 oils.
Oh my goodness.
I have all these.
It's more important than
really,
clothes.
It's more important than clothes, and I have more
Yes.
oils than I have clothes. So yeah, it's a privilege, and I
Aw.
feel like, can you imagine if I would have come down here and not known anything about the oils? It would have been night and day different.
Yeah.
So we're very, very fortunate, and nobody should ignore the fact that you're on the cutting edge of the world.
Mhm.
Vika really believes in this stuff.
No,
God bless
that's so true.
everybody.
Trish, that is amazing. The story just gives me so much hope that you shared, that image that you just gave us is so powerful, because for us to
wow.
start
That's amazing.
really like imagining and knowing that that is the hospital of the future. It was the hospital of the past thousands of years ago, and it is the hospital of the future. And, you know,
Well,
this
that
is,
hospital, that particular hospital is one of the highest accredited hospitals in the world. And that doctor was offered the top sports surgeon for the top sports hospital in Houston. And he said the United States does not have a Pura Vida life. And he wanted to come back here because it was more holistic. But these guys are on the cutting edge of health. And we should all, jump in and work as hard as we can to get these. It's a big difference.
yeah, exactly. It should just be a natural way of life. Well, I see Donna just got re-inspired to dive back into oils from this event. So congratulations, Donna. And I know Lynn Platt has been waiting to say something. Lynn, go ahead.
I have had a few surgeries recently, and I don't know, my body seems to be just breaking down. I had to have implants replaced because of the ones that I had put in 19 years ago could cause cancer. So I just had that. I had a hip operation a year ago. Now I have a problem with my knee, and I fell and hurt my rotator cuff in December last year, and it's not healing. I don't know which oils would be best for me because I'm at my wit's end.
Oh my God. Well, we're here to help you. Who
My
invited?
whole body just seems to be saying, Lynn, you've done enough, but I keep getting up there and trying to do what I can.
Well, you're in the right place. There's no accidents that you are here today. Who invited you to this event, Lynn?
Fran Straw. She's a good friend of mine. She's a sweetheart.
She is amazing. Well, absolutely. Between Fran and I, we are going to get you all taken care of with
I have a lot of the oils, and I just ordered some more, and I can't wait to try that cream, that Blue Azure, I think it's called.
Blue Azure. Peter uses that. It's fantastic for arthritis.
I think Fran just got it and tried it, and she said it was really good. So I can't wait to get my package.
Awesome. And
I don't know which body part to put it on first.
Put it all over. Panaway is also, that comes in your premium starter kit, and that is fantastic to put on your knees and any place that you have pain.
Panaway.
It's in a blue label. That comes in.
I have the things here. I'm writing everything down as you speak. Panaway.
That is fantastic for pain. Instant. My ex-boyfriend puts it on. He's a runner. He puts it on his knees every single day, and it just instantly takes the pain away. So,
well, my problem is
awesome.
I keep falling, and I guess because my bones are not as strong as they used to be, I injure myself when I fall. And it's like the doctor, when I came back in and I said it was the knee, he actually treated me from my hip and my shoulder. He says, I'm going to put you in a bubble.
All right. Well,
I keep falling. I did have a stroke many years ago. I never knew I had it. And it did affect the part of my brain that affects balance.
Yeah.
But I never knew that I had it. And they don't know what caused it. But I don't know if that's, as I'm getting older, my balance isn't good or whatever. But I was I'm still active. My family yells at me to sit down because it hurts because I stand up too much.
Well, we're going to get you fixed up. So we'll do some research on balance, oils for balance for you as well.
Oh, thank you so
And
much.
you're welcome. And if anybody else has any info, you can unmute yourself about that, or you can put it in the chat for Lynn. You're welcome, Lynn. Thanks for being here. And
I really enjoyed it. All of you people were so nice. And really, I learned a lot today. And I want to thank Fran so much for just opening this up to me. It really has helped me a lot.
Awesome. Yay. All right. Anybody else want to come off of mute? And Shoshana?
I'd love to say something. Yes, I am just sharing when I've known Sprite since Ashland Humanity Unites Brilliance. And one day I hear this message in my head, and I'm more of a visual intuitive, not so much hearing things. It was like, get on Facebook right now. I was like, oh, okay. Stop everything. What am I going to see? And it was Sprite putting on a sharing about this, posting it online. And it's just been, I work with nature spirits, with writing children's books and music, and I'm really passionate about working with children to help them remember nature. And it's just such a delightful, I feel like these oils are like the rainbow, and the gold at the end of the rainbow is manifesting our soul purpose and being embodied in our highest essence. And it was so powerful today to hear different reflections of that, like what Jack said about being able to reframe. In holographic healing, the reframe is so powerful. And I've had that too with visions. It's like multidimensional. So the oils are just this amazing, I think they create us having more synergy and being more cohesive. And I experience the presence of elementals around the oils, and they're just such a beautiful alchemical mana agent for us calling in our soul purpose and us manifesting it in the world and calling in our highest energy. And I love the heart of this one heart and everybody's beautiful, unique gifts. It's just wonderful. So thank you.
Awesome, Shoshana, you're welcome. And Shoshana's books are so gorgeous. I cannot wait until they're everywhere across the planet, because they are beautiful, and they're gonna just inspire everyone to know that fairies are real and angels are real. They just are. So if anybody's here not knowing that, they are. And her books are gonna prove that. Awesome. Anyone else have a comment, anything that they want to share about today? I'd love to know if Giovanni is still with us, the guy who has that really cool, awesome name, Giovanni Andrade. And I hear you're from the Abundance Room and on Clubhouse, and that Abundance Room must be working for you because you won an oil, which is amazing. So Giovanni.
I think Fran's in that room as well. Fran, I think that's where you meet a lot of people in the Abundance Room. And didn't Fran win something today as well? I think there's something going on in that Abundance Room.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yes.
What is the Abundance Room? What is that?
Yeah, Fran.
I'll invite you.
Hi, Fran.
It's on
I'll
Clubhouse.
invite you.
Awesome.
Hi, Fran.
Hi, Lynn. I also want to thank everyone here, especially the wonderful leaders, Sprite and Sammy and Jack, of course, and Penelope, and everyone that joined that I invited, especially Christina, Giovanni, and Dr. Trish. You are amazing. I love your share. And just to let everyone know the support that we get from the group of leaders here and Peter, and I mean, we have like groups every Monday and Tuesday, especially Monday night, where we just chat together and support all of the world. So it's just for that alone, it's a uplifting community, and especially my one droppreneur, Sammy. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met Sprite, and the group that we do, you know, the Ripple Fest is amazing. It's wonderful work. And Aaron, thank you. And I know I'm missing
Kate and Kate and
Kate,
Penelope.
I loved it. It was so such a work in progress here. So thank you all, and yeah, from my heart to all of you, God bless.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, I want to thank the speakers and trainers for coming on board with us and providing your wisdom. And Aaron, we need more men to open up to this incredible community and diffusing and oils and all that. I know you've got a ton in your community, which is fantastic because you know, that's what you do for men. But I think it's, you know, it's just so important. Again, it's like, this isn't just something that smells good. This is medicine for our soul and for our body. And for people to really own that. But thank you. Yeah. And if the speakers have anything else they want to share before we go? No? Otherwise, Sammy,
Are we ready to ripple one last time?
Let's ripple it out. Let's ripple it out. Yeah, let's ripple it out and just take this love across the planet. Thank you guys for coming. Please get back to the person that invited you and thank them and tell them exactly what you need to know to get started with us and to start your journey with us here with the Jack Canfield One Drop Ripple team. One heart, one drop, one heart
one
team.
heart.
Yeah. All right. Love you guys.
See you next time. Thank you, Sprite. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We made magic here today, guys and girls.
Do we want to save the chat, Sprite?
Yeah, I've got it. But you
Okay,
can save
great.
it. You can save it if you want also.
I'm bad with that. Okay, save chat.
Hi.
We're always the last ones to the end.
I
Online,
know.
we're in a room. You can't get rid of us. We're always the ones that are the last in the bar.
Hey, thank you for creating the video for us.
Oh, was it Kate that
It
created
was
that?
Kate that created
Amazing.
the
Thank
video.
you.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you can be one. I think we found our new theme song. Woohoo!
Thank you for organizing this, Sprite, and bringing it all together, filled with deep, deep gratitude for each and every life that you brought together here today.
Thank you, Sammy. You're welcome.
No, thank
So
you, Sprite.
awesome. Thank you guys.
Awesome,
Okay.
awesome.
Mwah. Have a beautiful, awesome day. God bless you all.
Mwah. Take care. See you soon.
Bye.
Keep rippling.